Hey everybody, it's Miss Amy here in Me Wonderland. Thought I'd do a short video for you tonight. Um, had something happen over the weekend I thought you'd find interesting. And I just thought I'd share with you because um, I think that it might help you to avoid um, maybe the same thing and keep you from having the same thing happen. And um, I think that would be a good thing. My husband and I, Sean and I, we had our anniversary come up over the weekend, so we thought we'd revisit our honeymoon spot, which was about an hour and a half outside our hometown, and it's in the Wichita Mountains. It's called Medicine Park. It's really a cool spot in Oklahoma, and it's just really neat. We've visited there several times on our anniversaries and other times, and there's a cool restaurant down there called Mears, and it's internationally known for its Longhorn burgers and bison burgers, and we just couldn't wait to get down there. We skipped breakfast and took a couple hours to get there, and we were starving by the time we got there. And also on the way down there, we go by a national cemetery where my mom and dad are buried together, and my mom on top of my dad, and my father was career military, and just a really special place. So we were, oh, I want to tell you that my parents had met down at Medicine Park outside Fort Sill. My dad had been stationed there, and my mother was I'm from Oklahoma, and my mother was born and raised here. So anyway, they had met down at Medicine Park, and actually in Lawton, which is right outside Medicine Park, and then they had spent their honeymoon in Medicine Park. So it was just kind of special that we'd shared that. And anyway, so we're on our way down, and I'm thinking about visiting the grave, and then suddenly I realized that that's not my mom and dad. That's not their grave. It's back on Earth. And the people that are buried there are the people that had died here, in Bozrah. And that's somebody else's parents. So I just told Sean, I said, Sean, that's not my mom and dad. And I just really didn't want to see him. It just really would have upset me. So I said, let's just go on. And we just drove right past the cemetery and just kept going towards the Mears restaurant. And of course, then I started thinking, well, we're not even headed to the place where we had our honeymoon, or my mom and dad had their honeymoon. And but we looked around, and the mountains were pretty, and it was a beautiful day. It was a little hot, but we just we're doing our best to try to enjoy the trip, and realized that we really probably shouldn't have gone somewhere that had meant something to us and that we'd been to quite a bit. We probably should have gone somewhere new, and that we might be able to make a new memory on this planet or something, and I don't know. But definitely shouldn't have gone somewhere that had meant something to us on Earth, because there was no way that we weren't going to, get it out of our heads that we weren't there. So we got to the Mears restaurant, and there was about an hour wait. There's always a huge line to get in. So we waited with everybody else, and that wasn't too bad. And we were getting really hungry, and so the anticipation, last time I'd been there, oh my gosh, I'm a meat eater. Since the Mandela effect, I haven't been able to eat as much meat. My stomach is just not the same, and I get a really upset stomach a lot, and I don't choose to eat a lot of meat anymore. And but when I was thinking about this hamburger I'd had a few years ago, I was thinking, well, okay, I could do that hamburger. And they have fried green tomatoes, and they're so good. And then we finally got seated, and they gave us a really romantic table, and we were all excited about that. And we were holding hands, and it was like really romantic. And then suddenly they tell us we have to be moved, and they moved us right in front of the kitchen. Literally open to the kitchen even. So we asked if, since it was our anniversary, if we could be seated somewhere away from the kitchen, and they said sure. And so before we knew it, we were sitting in a separate room where they had placed all the families with little tots, children under 3, and babies. So, okay, so we tried to be really brave, and so we ordered really big beers, and thought, well, we'll down that as fast as we can and just forget about where we're seated, and just wait for these great burgers, And it took an hour, and they arrived. And the minute we saw them, you guys, these were the worst hamburgers we'd ever eaten in our lives. They were so dry and so overcooked. Not burned, just dry. Oh Lord. And the buns, I'm not sure what they were. It was like, not kidding, it was like they had baked a cake and had shoved this burger inside this little cake, and with some old yesterday's news on the tomato and lettuce, and shoved that in there. I had to peel back the cake to find the meat, and kind of nibbled on the meat, and it wasn't any good. And the fried green tomatoes, oh my goodness, they were cooked in oil that had been used all day for hundreds of people. Worst meal I'd ever had. And then it was $50 for these burgers and these fried green tomatoes. Beer was good. But as we're looking around, it's like, we're the only ones sitting there looking around and going, what have they served us? And everyone else is just kind of quietly eating, and not commenting and kind of acting like, well, it's what they served us, so we're going to eat it. And kind of like Stepford customers. And we just couldn't do it. We left. And anyway, it was just bad. So here on Bozrah, oh Lord, I know all the troubles that are going on down on earth. We're in the middle of tribulation and everything. Mears, I'm sure, isn't even running, okay? But I have nothing bad to say about Mears on earth, okay? They have all the A pluses, that they can get. But Mears on Bozrah, awful. Don't go there. Bad restaurant, bad burgers. Don't go there. But anyway, I think the moral of the story is, though, I think while we're here, till Jesus comes and gets us, takes us back where we belong, maybe don't go to your favorite haunts and don't go on your favorite trips and that sort of thing, because I think it is going to, I'm going to use that word again, haunt. It's going to haunt you. It did us. That you're just not going to be able to get it out of your mind that you're really not in that place, and you're going to see the differences. And it just, even minute changes. And even if it's just on this, even if you're not thinking it, it's going to be in that subconscious, on that subconscious level, bothering you. And maybe what we can do while we're here is make new memories for that we can take back to Earth with us. I mean, there are pretty places here and fun things to do. And, if we need a break, we all need a break every once in a while. I know, we need to be spending time in the Bible, and being careful while we read it, because of the changes, but, spending time with each other and, studying and, just spending time with the Lord. But let me get a drink. My Parky medicines make my mouth so dry. Sometimes I can't talk to you guys without getting a drink. But no, I just think that maybe, look for new things to do instead of trying to relive the old, because while we're here, we just can't. It's just not going to happen. Find new places. And maybe even, a new coffee shop. New things to do. I think I'm going to do that. I haven't been going back to my old coffee shop because I'm just not going to. And it's been going on for a long time now. I haven't even been there. And maybe it's just time to pick a new coffee shop, So, anyway, hope you guys are doing good. Just thought I'd pop in and give you a little update. I'm going to have a really serious video out real soon about Bozrah, about who all these other people are, and what's really going on here, Mainly, who are these people? Why are they here? We know why we're here. Why are they here? What are they about? You'll find out very soon. Okay? I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.